Remember watching before we go live.
Bidnast, the Bidnast crew, the everything minions out there. We welcome you in. Paul, I'm a big fan of, Mo is a huge fan of the everything minions. We thought about, we want to get everythingmonkeys.com. I don't know why, I just love that. We made that mistake one time. We welcome you into this show. Look at this shirt, look at his beard. Oh my God, it's hard being this good looking, but I pull it off quite well for you. All of my traders out there, all of the everything minions. There was a weird... We had some static feed of some weird image pop in from a television. So if you saw some weird guy pop in there for a minute during the live stream, it's not us. Don't worry. It was just really strange. Okay, guys, we love you. We love you. We love you. Welcome to our live stream. Today's an exciting day, Paul. Why is that?
Can you let Mikey in? Yeah.
Are you kidding?
No.
Paul's brother is going to be on the show. He's walking in the studio right now. Now make sure, Mo, he doesn't say anything he doesn't mean. Michael.
Don't swear. You're on.
Hi guys, welcome. Thanks to Little Livestock with the strong. We welcome everyone in all over the show. Sorry for the BS. Let's get after it right now. We are here.
It's that long.
Mikey, you want to get on the air?
Yeah.
Come over here with your brother real quick. Just jump on with your brother and say hello to the fans. This is Mike Gabriel, the CEO of Crossroads Group. Look at these two together. Don, get these in the same.
We don't look anything alike, but we have the same parents supposedly.
Different fathers.
Handsome guy, isn't he? I mean, look at this guy. Okay, I'm sorry. We're messing around. Today, why are you here? We're here because we love you.
Too many hosts unsubscribe.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Love that. Too many hosts. Yes. Okay. Right, patrons, we love you. We see you all there. The Patreon is going flawlessly well. It's Paul, right? Whatever your name is.
It is.
We had a live stream last Friday for our patrons. It was incredible. A zillion of you joined us from all over the world, and we're going to keep doing those, of course. We will bring up the Tesla giveaway that's happening and warming up. The Tesla giveaway, Don is stating the Tesla giveaway will be, the promo video will go out this week. We're making it official. All the rules, all the bid and ask rules will go out. Today, we will play the Tesla blooper reel. We did a behind the scenes video of us making the Tesla promo. It was incredible. My wife was there. One of our patrons, John Thiesing, filmed it for us. And so, yes, it's hilarious. And we'll show that during the live stream. Oh my God, Paul, I can't believe it. But I welcome him.
I really hope we get 400 people on this live stream at once.
Are you serious?
Well, it's possible. We're up 30 or 40% from our beforehand stuff, so we can get 420.
Listen, folks, the Everything Money ETF is growing. The patrons all over the world, the subscriber count is going crazy. And so we are a growth company, Paul. You know that. And we're probably worth billions and billions and billions of dollars. But I welcome in the man, the myth, Paul How do you say it again?
I don't remember.
Welcome in, Paul, to the show. You love him. You know him. You love him. Paul, how are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you, Seth. How are you? Of course, I'm going to plug our Everything Money Patreon group. I think the lowest tier right now is $15, and there's only 11 spots left or so. So, guys, on this live stream, let's just get it handled. 11 spots left. The next price is going to, it was at 8 a month ago, 2 months ago. Now it's at 15. It's going to 50 at some point. Sign up. You get so much stuff. You get access to us. You get the Everything Money software, which, by the way, thanks to all our Patreons for reporting all the bugs. I literally got like 70 emails on bugs. Granted, 40 of them were the exact same bug, but I still loved it because it showed me that it was our error on that one. It wasn't because a lot of times people send bugs over. I'm like, oh, it's a data feed problem. The one that everybody sent over was shares outstanding, 1,000% on us. But the whole point is it's still, whatever.
Yeah, Paul's loving the feedback. He has bed bugs and lice currently, so he's in love with bugs. We go over to Trader Mo with his Trading Mo. How are you, Dr. Bidnask? How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm happy that it's nice weather outside. That's what I'm happy
It's supposed
about.
to be 65 today.
Yeah.
Mo, talk about what you're doing in the morning. Let everyone if this is your first go around with us, let everyone know what you're doing in the morning, what you're bringing them, because good Lord, over 150 people join Mo every morning at 9 a.m. Tell them, Mo, what you got.
So every Monday and Thursday morning from 9 a.m. to 9:45. Yesterday was 10 o'clock. I just kind of go as I want to. We do a morning show. We talk about what's happening before the market. We'll go over your guys' stocks. We'll do really it's kind of a free-for-all. Seth is always in there chatting along and making me laugh about the bid and ask and whatnot. Yesterday we had, I think, 1,000 people in and out of there. So that was pretty awesome. So it's only going to get bigger. And join me Thursday morning, 9 a.m.
Yeah, so we welcome everyone in again. We get so excited for these live streams. Tuesday, Thursdays are just the highlights of our week for sure. We join you. We talk about the ins and outs about the market, the news. Paul, these beautiful, gorgeous Yetis are incredible. They're going to who, Paul? Our top tier patrons are getting the Yetis, baby cakes?
Yep. The top tier patrons are getting Yetis. And by the way, thank you, Jorge, for signing up for Muscle Mo's tier just now.
Nice.
That went up too to $55. Yeah, so the
Jorge.
Yetis, I kind of screwed up ordering a 10-ounce Yeti. So everybody in the top tier is getting a 10-ounce and a 20-ounce Yeti. They're beautiful. We love them. We're not going to sell these right now to everybody else. I just gave this as a gift. This is one of the things that I do for the top patrons, for them supporting us for so long. They're all getting Yetis from us for free.
Today we're going to look at some, Don and I were brainstorming about our topics, and we're going to look straight up at the 8 pillar stocks. Some of these stocks I've never heard of, you've probably never heard of, and that is the whole point. In this channel, we stay away from a lot of the hype, and we want to follow these real disciplined companies and look at the financial health. So we're going to use our 8 pillars.
Can we get into the NASDAQ?
I don't even know what that means, Paul. Sorry.
Can we talk about what's going on in the NASDAQ? I mean, this is insane. It's up 4% today.
Please do.
It's been all over the board, guys. Like, I love this NASDAQ, guys, because, am I on? Good. Look at this chart for the NASDAQ. Let's look at the chart for the NASDAQ year to date. Look at this thing. It hit a high of 14.2 maybe. I don't know what the exact number is. And hit yesterday at 12.6 or so. And now it's up 500 points today to 4%. Guys, the NASDAQ is heavily into the 4 ticker stocks, the big hype stocks. Tesla, Amazon, Microsoft, all these big hype stocks. This is the one that's going to get hurt the most when there's a downturn. As you can tell in the last month, the S&P is only down a little bit, like 3 or 4 or 5. I don't know what it is, but look at this thing's down as of yesterday over 10%. This is what happens in bubbles. And I saw yesterday on Market Watch an article, and this is funny because even though I was only a teenager in the 90s, I paid attention to the markets, and I remember all these kids were becoming these experts in investing. All these kids. I was one of them, but they were interviewing kids. Kids were writing books. High made 40%. Yesterday on Market Watch, the first article was, these teens give away their secrets on how they make money in the markets. These teens. Guys, I'm sorry. There's no way teens understand markets. And I'm telling you that I was the guy who at least tried to learn this stuff, and I didn't know what I was talking about back in the 90s. So this is all part of the story, all part of what are we getting to here? When you see things like ARK Investment, look at ARK. ARK, everybody's considered, what's her name, a god?
Kathy Wood, yeah.
Which it's up 10% today. but look at year to date. It hit as high as 156, and it's still only at 120 right now. That's a 20% drop right there from its peak only a month ago. 20% in 1 month. How can you tell me this is rational? She said the other day, the electric vehicle market is growing 89% a year. If that's the case, we're a value fund. Guys, 89% a year for how long? I mean, it can't possibly grow like that forever. So either way, this is all part of the stuff we're teaching on this channel, is to look at value, understand that where the pendulum swings on one side, it's gonna swing the other. This has been nothing but growth the last 10 or 11 years. Be patient. I know a lot of people, it really speaks to them understanding the financials. I said yesterday in the Patreon, I have not bought a single equity of a company in the last year that has lost money.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
It's crazy.
Like, as much as I believe in value investing, 50% of my bets should do what I think they're supposed to do. 100, and I haven't bought many stocks, maybe 15 or 16, but every single one of them has made money in the last 9 months. Come on, that doesn't even make sense.
Now let me slow you down. Don, will you put up that comment by Anna Abreu? She says hi. He or she says hi from Portugal. Great show, love you guys. Listen to this, Paul. I've been hearing this more and more and more. And we're gonna have patrons on the show, Paul. Look at this. They said they had a portfolio filled with those hype stocks, Neo and Tesla, and now they can sleep better at night. Go over that one more time, because it is tough to be you and look like you're quote unquote wrong for so many years while the rest of the world is high flying with these hype stocks. Well, sometimes they're not as hype with Neo and Nikola and things of that nature, but how do you give us another go around on how you vest off these negative thoughts of like you're doing this wrong?
So there are multiple ways to do it, and we do believe in trading, that Mo does. I believe in momentum, as does Mo. You believe in momentum, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So we're building these things to also make money off of hype. But when it comes to fundamentals, when it comes to the foundation of a business, to me, that's fundamentals completely. Don't even worry about where the stock, don't worry about all you care about is what's the stock selling at versus how much do I think it's worth. If the stock is selling for less than I think it's worth, it's something to buy. If it's not, it's something to either hold, ignore, or sell, whatever your position is right now. Like Anna said, she sleeps better at night. These fluctuations don't help me sleep either. I don't want to think, like I sleep at night. If my stocks fell in half tomorrow, guess what I'd do? I'd probably buy more of them because I'm trying to buy a cash flow business. And that's what I'm trying to teach here with all of us together to learn that we're buying cash flows of businesses, that even though we don't see the money in our hands day one, the company's balance sheet becomes better and better and better, and they make distributions, and over time, we will see the value of the companies come through in the stock price. That's it. Now, if that doesn't speak to you, that's fine. We have other ways of making money. We'll have momentum soon. You can join Trader Mo's group and learn about chart reading. I told Mo today, I'm like, this chart reading seems pretty interesting. I tried to learn charts a while back, and it didn't really stick with me. I don't know if I wasn't learning it the right way, but people love the chart reading. People are making thousands of dollars a month, individuals, on the chart reading. It doesn't work for me, but momentum, I have a full-time developer starting next week to do my momentum trading, then I will test it out and then add it to the website, all part of the website. So these are ways of which you have to understand yourself and what kind of investor you are. If you're an investor who wants momentum, stick to it. But don't go to fundamentals then, because the second you bring fundamentals in the equation, I think that hurts the momentum side. And the other way around, don't bring momentum into fundamentals. I personally believe you're either one or the other. Now, can you look at growth? Growth is always a factor in all investing, whether it's value investing, whatever it is, and that is a factor, but momentum is different than growth. You can have growth and not have momentum. You can have momentum and not have growth. So these are the things you have to understand, and I'm hoping you guys are learning that as you listen to more and more of our videos.
You're on fire today.
Am I?
We record some videos. Don, what videos are coming out this week? Spoiler alert.
The Geo Group will be coming out. Update on AT&T along with Barrick Gold.
Barrick Gold. Yes, we have some requests for Barrick Gold, so we talked about gold and where that's heading. So we welcome. All right, we welcome everybody in. If you're just jumping in now, we'd love you. Paul, should we get into some 8-pillar?
So Ron, let me answer Ron's question.
Go ahead.
We should be able to see stocks that you bought using your. So here's the deal: the 8-pillar system was created in the last year because Seth asked me one day, "What do you do when you look at stocks?" I said, "I do these things." He's like, "Oh, it's called the 8 pillars." Great. In the last year, it's done nothing but work out, but it's not because of the bull market. I cannot take credit for it. So my ex-girlfriend Lisa, I help her with her money. She's up probably after today 16% year to date.
Go on.
She's excited. What did I say to her? Don't get too excited.
Brakes.
I get a lot of credit in the Patreon groups when a stock I picked worked out. Don't give me credit because of 1 month. Give me credit because of 3, 4, 5, 10 years. That's the credit I want. It could have gone down 20%. And what do I said? This is the right strategy. It will work in the long run. So I'm one of the few people that says, don't give me the credit just because it did what I said it was going to do if it happened faster. I want the credit over years and years and years. And the great news is, history has shown over 150 years that my method will outperform the market. It's about you internally, which is one of the things we're trying to learn together, is being calm and saying, what's the market doing versus what's really happening. That's why our Discord chat through the Patreon is so awesome, because everybody can sit there and say, I just saw today somebody recommended a stock and they said, wow, it looks good because of this, you might have found a good one. This is a group of people getting together. We're going to help each other out when the markets fall, because guess what? The markets will fall at some point. Death, taxes, cycles. Those are the 3 guarantees in life. Death, taxes, and cycles. We will have a cycle where stocks will fall very, very hard, irrationally so. And our goal is to sit here and make sure that you guys understand why. And you guys will help me say, Paul, don't forget, this is what you taught us. That's it. Are we done today? Just kidding.
I was just going to say, yeah, that was a true mic drop. I would say, folks, like I definitely marvel at Paul just sitting here. I feel like sometimes I'm learning. Sometimes you just feel like he's talking to me, and he can be talking to you in the Patreon. We'll talk more about that as we move on. Paul, should we get after some of these amazing 8-pillar stocks?
Yes, we're at 329 people watching, so we're only 30 or so away from a record, 40, and only 94 likes. Please hit the like button.
Make sure you tickle that thumbs up. Paul's wearing some gorgeous shorts. He's just throwing.
I've worn these ones in the last few weeks.
He's showing off those beautiful gymnast legs that you have. Look at you go. He's been working on them so hard.
What's our first stock we're doing, by the way?
Our first stock is Amgen. Hello, incredible.
Oh, that's right.
Amgen. Everyone asks about Amgen. We've got a lot of requests for this from the patrons, from the viewers, and so here we go. The ticker symbol is AMGN. Paul, what do you know about this company? Why is this so wonderful?
So I really enjoy reading the 10Ks of pharma companies because I like seeing their breakdown of revenue on their current drugs, what drugs are expiring, what drugs are on the horizon, how much is in the phase 1. They're one of the most beneficial 10Ks out of all the 10Ks you're going to read. You know, it's funny, Seth gave me a couple of companies yesterday to look at the 10Ks, and the second one I was like, oh my God, this is exhausting.
Well, you did. We talked last night. You messaged me. We were both sitting in bed with our dogs.
Actually, I was in on the couch.
But you said, boy, I really enjoyed reading Amgen's 10K. So we will get to that right now. A deep dive into Amgen, looking at the 8-pillar analysis, not just for 8, baby. And Paul is going to open up the 10K after we talk to Trader Mo. But let's get after it, Paul. Amgen is a multinational biopharmaceutical company headquartered in Thousand Oaks, California.
Okay, $130 billion company. PE of 17.9, so that's a check. And by the way, guys, I've been kind of leaking this out to Patreons. I am going to be changing 2 of the pillars because even I've stopped looking at PE because I'm focused so much on cash flow and profit margin. So that'll be coming at some point in the next few months. I'm trying to find the 2 exact ones I want to replace it with, but this is exciting because we focus so much on free cash flow. I'm going to start ignoring PE completely. But profit margin of 28.57, also a check mark. So we got 2 good solid checks to start. Now, the great thing about the Everything Money app, 2.86% dividend, which paid out 3.7 last year, and their free cash flow was 10. So they're only paying out 37% of last year's free cash flow in their dividend. That's a pretty solid number. So remember, guys, dividends aren't always secure. A lot of companies will try to sucker you in by taking on debt to pay out a big dividend that they cannot afford. So don't fall for that trap. It's called a dividend trap. Don't fall for it.
Why not 10 pillars, Carson is asking. I mean, we better not get into 10. I can hardly handle 8 myself. But they are saying, Paul, you look ripped. I mean, you are shredded. Considering you were...
You know what's funny? Deb said the same thing to me yesterday, and she wasn't being inappropriate. She was like, Paul, like, you're, you know what it is? I'm eating more calories and working out 3 days a week.
I mean, you were a nerdy chess player. You still kind of are, but look at you now, just all shredded. You got the guys and gals.
I don't know about shredded, but
falling all over themselves. Okay, Paul, let's go to pillar number 3, which is revenue growth over the
past. By the way,
past...
who wants to buy my bathwater? Was that the conversation that was happening in,
It was weird.
in Trader Mo's chat?
Come on, Mo.
On Friday, I went in there and I started looking, and they wanted to buy, it started out as they wanted to buy my sweaty gym clothes after I was finished. And then they were like, oh, maybe we could buy Paul's bathwater. I was like, oh.
What if
right.
I mean, think of the Everything Money OnlyFans where we send you sweaty undergarments from Mo.
We'll smell them and see.
Is there a market in this?
How bad they
are. This is really disgusting. Okay, revenue growth for Amgen. Get after it.
21.9 to 24.24. Check mark there.
Yeah. Great. Profit growth, baby.
So this is an X, but not by much. 7.72 to 7.26. Now, guys, remember, I don't, the great thing about the Everything Money app website, it's gonna clump yearly. If you remember Y charts, if the last data was from the end of 2019 for the year, that's the last year they're gonna show. We show the last 4 quarters at a time to compare people, so compare years. So this is way better, but right now we have an X on net income. No. Shares outstanding is the next one, right, Seth?
Yep, shares outstanding is pillar number 5.
Now these shares outstanding aren't the right number, it's our own calculation problem, but the idea is correct. 3 billion down to 2.34, so check mark there, and they're buying back aggressively on a reasonably priced company, it seems, so I like that.
Pillar number 6 is current assets over current liabilities, baby.
22.66 versus 9.95. Check mark there, plenty of cash, $12.6 billion extra.
Shall we look at the free cash flow, baby?
I don't think there's anything in the world that would make me happier.
Really, at this moment?
Yeah, that's not true.
Okay, go on.
The stock market falling 80% would be pretty nice. Cash. So remember, guys, cash from operations, less capital expenditures. And remember, we added this free cash flow line for our website to make it easier that we don't have to do that. This is not actually on an investing section of the cash flow statement. We do it for you to make it easier. We add 10.25 to 10.06, so it's an X.
Uh-oh.
But it's very consistent with the earnings, because you remember the earnings fell slightly too. What are you laughing about?
It's supposed to be an 8-pillar stock.
What was that?
This is supposed to be an 8-pillar stock.
Well, why'd you pick it then?
It was on our list. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, well, price might have changed.
I see.
Oh, you know what it is? I'm sorry. Here's the explanation why.
Sorry about that.
When I pull the list, no, it's not your fault. This is a great point. When I pull the list from Y charts, they go off of the previous full year's data. They don't have it all. It could be completely different than what it is today. So I send that list based on Y charts. Once our Everything Money app is done, I will be sending the list based on Everything Money. So that is an issue with it, but this is fine. We're gonna get better at this, and I'm okay with it.
I love you. Okay, let's get after this. Okay, we are now on to free cash flow growth.
Yes, so then it is an X, and Seth, do you want to add this up? So let me
Can you give me all the numbers?
10, 20, 30, 40, 48, and 50 billion. It's $10 billion a year is the average.
Okay, so the average free cash flow is $10 billion a year.
Times 20 is our number, 200 billion. That's a check, right? Because the company's $130 billion.
Yes. Oh, wow. Look at that. So this is the meat of it, folks, is we take our free cash flow. We find our multiple. This is pillar number 8. We find our multiple, and this is where we get a lot of questions. Is like, where did we come up with this 20? And if we multiply the 10 billion times 20, obviously we get 200 billion is for our desired market cap, and it's at 130. I mean, the world thinks it's worth $130 billion.
The world has determined its worth. So currently it's selling for 13 times free cash flow. Now, so far, I look at it going, yep, I like this. This is something I want to look further into, and that's why we did a deeper dive into the 10K. I didn't read the 10K word for word, but what matters to me on these companies, these pharma companies, is what are they doing? What is their pipeline? What are they doing? So Seth, why don't you talk while I pull up some data?
Mo, do you want to head over to Amgen Trading? You ready
Yeah,
for this,
sure.
baby cakes? Here we go.
What I'm looking at, this is about 12 months, and look at how consistent this company is. They just stay within this price range, and they don't really deviate. Paul, do they pay a dividend?
Oh yeah, it's a
Is it
pretty
good
decent
one?
dividend too.
Man, I don't know. This seems like a good value play. But the other problem is when we have these companies that don't fluctuate very much, they're very difficult to trade. So if you want to right now, because we're on the bottom and we're oversold, you can throw a tracker share on there and just wait until we get a green candlestick that pops up on us and we can buy it. I am not foreseeing this going much higher than $245 a share or something. So this is going to be a tight trade for you. This is not the best stock to be trading, in my opinion. This is kind of like one of those AT&Ts, something like that. Doesn't really move and just kind of coasts along. Probably better a value play. Yeah.
Paul, what did you find when you're digging into the 10K for Amgen?
So a big concern with a lot of drug companies is what percentage of their revenue comes from 1 or 2 drugs. This is what I like about Amgen. You look at this, their biggest drug, Enbrel. I don't even know what that does. 22% of their sales in 2018, 23% in 19, 21% in 20. They did say this drug is losing revenue share, is losing revenue right now in the market. I didn't read exactly why, but look at all these other drugs they have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then this is 25% from other products. Guys, they're getting their revenue from 7 main products and then 25% from a bunch of other products. It's not like, one of the things I don't like about Biogen is so much of their revenue comes from one product. These are the things that I like to see. And look, their other group is growing. It was 25% in 2018. 2020, it was 27%. This is awesome. I really love this, guys. I think to myself, this is a diverse group of drugs. Now, did I go into detail to talk to doctors about which drugs they love? I did not. But I look at this and saying, with this litany of drugs and other products, they have a stable cash flow stream that next year, I'm not gonna see this drop 40%. I just have a hard time. Like, this is a very, very stable. Now, then you just sit there and say, okay, Seth, why don't you talk for a second while I pull up something else?
Well, I was going to switch topics. We got a lot of great ideas, but in general, while we pause, make sure that you are tickling that thumbs up. We love the positive, and I would dare you, I would double dog dare you to share this video with a friend. There's a share button there. You can text this to somebody who needs to hear this. If they're telling you to buy Tesla and spend all your money on that and Neo, maybe share this with them, and they can argue with Paul in the comments. Keep going, Paul.
So this is from their 10K directly. This is actually, I think, better than the Biogen pipeline. This is their phase 1, 2, and 3 programs. Look how much they have here, guys. They've made 4 acquisitions in the last year. They're doing biosimilars. These guys are very, very active. I actually feel...
Can you make it a little bigger, Paul?
Well, the only problem making it bigger is it's gonna...
I see.
Yeah,
Okay,
so I'm just showing this to you guys to show, like, hey, phase 3 is like 55% approval rating. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right here, they're gonna get 5 or 6 approvals right from there. Their phase 1s are about 15%. I mean, look at all that. I mean, guys, they got a lot going. I think there's I think there's a growth potential in this company where I think maybe, I mean, Mo, what do you think? Like, do we sell some puts on this thing?
That's what I'm thinking right now.
So
people are saying Amgen or Biogen. I mean, why not both? I mean, it's not like
yeah, it's not like you have to pick one or the other. About 18. The price to free cash flow is 13. I just like free cash flow more. It's gonna give me my actual cash flow yield. I am buying this thing all day at single digit free cash flow. Seth has his finger up because he wants me to stop something.
For some reason, I have an excellent connection, but the stream is just stuck.
There we go, we're back.
Are we back, Paul?
I see myself on there.
Hit live.
We're back on. We're saved. We're great. We're saved, I think. Okay. Sorry, everybody. Sorry
We're
about
back.
that. Paul, I see you. Okay. Sorry, guys. Yep, stream seizure. I would say in general, we do have quite a setup here, folks, with cinema cameras everywhere, switching, producing. It's a lot. We're happy you all are here. Paul, will you reiterate just that last comment that maybe people got lost on about your final take on Amgen and why you do or don't love this?
I love it. I'm gonna go sell some puts on it. In fact, I wanna pull up Street Smart Edge and look at some put prices, if that's okay?
Please do.
Okay, so Seth, Mo, keep talking.
Mo, what do you think? Amgen or Biogen? You said both. Why do you love both?
Yeah, I mean, there's no point. I mean, if I find 2 or 3 pharmaceutical companies that I like, it's not like I'm just going to go pick one stock from each sector. If I find 2 great companies and they're not competing with each other, I doubt that. I mean, they're probably competing in some regard, but they're probably not competing on every single drug that they make. A big thing that's going to be really heavy in the news for Biogen coming up here on June 7th, which is their PDUFA date, which is when the FDA comes out and gives them validation of their drug aducanumab, which is for Alzheimer's. It's going to be that's going to swing the stock big time. It's had some big swings in the past year or so. So I can pull it up if you give me a second, Seth.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll welcome some new folks in. I see a lot of new names, and we thank you for your patience with that little. In that, you're right. Longshot saying that.
We only have 10 spots left in the lowest tier right now before the price goes up.
Hold on a second, Paul.
You're not hearing me very well?
Yeah, I could do it. So the big thing about Biogen is this drug aducanumab that is coming out for Alzheimer's, which nothing like it exists on the market. Look at these big gaps that it makes when news comes out. I mean, there's a gap here, big drop here. This was a massive drop back in November of last year. I mean, so just be prepared if you are in Biogen, this decision on the June 7th is going to move the stock. I would be very surprised if it did not move the stock one way or the other, depending on the FDA's decision.
Go ahead, Paul. What were you saying?
So, anybody who's new here doesn't know this, but I love selling puts to buy companies I love. What that means is I sell somebody the right to force me to buy a stock at a price that's lower in a date in the future. So as an example, Amgen is currently selling at $231 a share, okay? If I want to buy Amgen at $215 on April 16th, that is 39 days from now. somebody be willing to pay me basically $2.30 for every share. And it has about a 20% chance of me getting that share. So I'm being paid $2.30 to wait for the stock to fall to 215. If it falls below 215, I have to buy it at 215. So let's say it goes to 205. I'm still paying 215 for it. If on that strike date, April 16th, it's above 215, I keep the 230. I keep the 230 either way, and I just roll it on. And the reason I like doing this, guys, is it allows me to find companies that I like at prices that I like and be paid essentially to wait for the future. This is a very common conversation we have in our Patreon group. It's gonna be a big focus of our entire channel because we sell puts and we sell covered calls on stocks that we already own. So it's a great way to go earn money while we wait for stocks to be at prices we want them to be at. That's what I love about it.
Oh, right. That was exciting. Amgen, this has come up a lot, Paul, and I'm glad you did the 10K deep dive. People were really appreciating that. So, okay, let's keep going. There's so many of you out there. I see you. I love you. Thanks for sticking with us. Oh my God, I'm amazed when there's so many people all over the world watching us. It's incredible. You guys want to jump into another stock?
Sure. Just remember when you're doing pharma, make sure you're looking at pipelines. It's very important. I just texted my dad and Paul's dad just to see if there's anything out there for Amgen. It's very important that you look at pipelines as well as financials.
Interesting. Okay.
By the way, I'd like to thank Mason for texting Mo and I when the stream went down like we didn't know. Thanks Mason.
Love him. Okay. You want to keep going?
Yes, let's go.
How about this company, Enova International, ENVA, ENVA.
Enova International. What does Enova do? Ooh. Anybody want to tell me?
Don, do you know?
I do not.
This is a Chicago, Illinois-based company out of founded in 2011. They have subsidiaries On Deck Capital, Enova Online Services.
So this is a banking one. So I'm not going to do this Enova one because it's banking, and banking is looked at totally different than just cash flow, and it's a different world. You want to focus on price to book value when it comes to banking. So I think we should skip this one. Anytime it involves financial services and loans and things like that, it's a different situation than just, it's a product and a service and all that stuff.
The next one I have is Masco Manufacturing Company. Masco Corporations and manufacture products for the home improvement, new home construction. Obviously, with all the new homes booming, new builds are costing a lot more. Apparently, the price of wood has gone up, and so Masco Group was founded in 1929, and they're based out of Michigan. You want to look at Masco Group, baby?
Let's go to Masco.
Let's.
Barcelona, bathroom. So guys, back in the fall last year, look at this. During the crash, they fell to $27 a share. They're currently at $54, $55. They've doubled since then. But, home build, I will say, if a big part, one of the things I already know, I haven't heard of this company before. I haven't looked at it. One of the things I want to find out is what percentage of the sales are for new construction versus remodeling. Because that's where you want to sit there and look at their long-term earnings, because new home building has been insane lately. 2 years ago, probably one of the best things that happened to me, I wanted to build a new house. 2 years ago, I called 5 or 6 builders. Everybody told me I'm a year out from starting for you if you want to start.
Come on.
Yeah. I was just like, okay, I won't build then. Luckily, I didn't build because now I'm buying my new house. But either way, here's what we have. We have a $13.75 billion business. We have an 11 PE, major check mark, and great profit margin, 17%. So that's 2 check marks in a row. They do pay a dividend, kids, 1.3%. They spent $176 million of their $680 million in free cash flow. So only less than 30% of their free cash flow was spent on their dividend. I like that a lot. So far, 2 checks.
Pillar number 3 is revenue growth over the past 5 years.
Revenue growth. Oh, wow, this is actually surprising.
Go on.
7.36 to 7.19. That's an X. Okay, guys.
Uh-oh.
Why is a company that's in the construction business over the last 10 years, in fact, go back to 2012, the revenue is down from 2012. So you need to understand, did they sell anything off? Did they sell any? Yeah, that's interesting to me.
Lumber's been crazy in Texas for some time, Lily's saying. A lot of people are talking about the price of lumber going up and supply chain, yada, yada. Okay, we'll keep going. How about profit growth? Profit growth for Masco Group.
Okay, 493 million to 1.22, major check mark. So,
wow.
Big red flag, you ask yourself, how is their revenue down but their profits almost tripled? It's up 2.5 times. Why? So you have to ask that question. These are the reasons why we do the 8 pillars. It tells me why is revenue down, but profits almost is 2.5 times higher. That doesn't make much sense. So you have to understand that when you're doing things.
Pillar number 5 is shares outstanding. We want this number going down. They
The
better be-
shares outstanding are going down. It is a check mark by about 20%.
Shares is a check. We're doing good so far. How about current assets over current liabilities, which is pillar number 6, baby?
3.5 billion versus 1.75, so a 2-to-1 ratio, pretty solid. Check mark there.
Don, people are asking if maybe we can get that ticker symbol up at some time. We'll work on that, guys. Maybe we can put it in the bottom right corner. Don is got one hand. He's switching cameras. In the right hand, he's smoking a cigarette. So, yeah, here we go. Current assets over current liabilities is pillar number 6.
We already did that one. That's a
sorry.
check mark.
Oh, sorry. Check the thing. Free cash flow, baby. Let's get to pillar number 7.
Guys, Seth played football in college, and I think we're a little concerned.
I think for April Fool's Days, we're gonna switch. We're gonna switch positions, Paul. Yeah. Where you can handle.
You like switching positions with me, don't you?
It'd be fun. It's like
Okay, free cash flow, 708 million to 678. X right there. So
no.
another question, red flag. Why is their profit almost, it's 2.5 times higher, but their free cash flow is lower? These are the things you need to figure out. Seth, do you want the other 3 numbers?
I didn't get any of the numbers. Give them to me again real quick. Average free cash flow.
708, 597, 718,
Thanks.
813, 678.
678. It's going down. Divided by 5. The average free cash flow is 700, Paul.
So times 20 equals 14 billion. So it's a check mark on the price of free cash flow. The question we have to ask ourselves is 20 the right number? I would argue it is not.
Why is that?
Because they have declining free cash flow, declining revenue. I don't know where that earnings thing came from, but I don't like the fact that all these things are declining. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I want this thing for a single digit free cash flow. I want this thing for 9 or 10, a 10 on the high side. That's $7 billion market cap. It's currently what, 11 billion?
Or 13.7.
Oh, even so, it needs to fall in half. This company needs to fall in half. So it was selling for what I want to buy it for. You might sit there and say, Paul, come on, fall in half? Yeah, fall in half. Because guys, everything about it when you buy an investment is how much money am I going to get for it in the future? We're seeing, unless you go do immense research on the company and you see how they're going to turn this 708, the 678 back into growth, this is a concern. Why are they dipping during the biggest boom time for home building? Probably not as bad as 05, 06, but it's pretty bad. I mean, it's hard. I mean, it's cost for these things are very, for new homes is very tough. It's very high. So I don't get why the revenue is down and profits and free cash flow is down.
So these were 8-pillar stocks, probably according to Y charts with their 20 prior to their 2020 data. People are saying, why aren't these 8 pillars? Well, they're interesting companies, and they're close on some of these, but a close but no cigar here at the moment. So,
and guys, this is because of Y charts. As our software grows, as I tell people all the time, this is our plan. Right now, it's $15. These are all the things we're going to add or have on Y charts on everythingmoney.com right now. You don't get any of these things here. So over time, as the Patreon grows and we listen to our users, what do they want to see? We're going to create more and more stuff. Because remember, Mo and I were creating this software anyhow for ourselves. So you better believe I want a good screener. I want to do a lot of different things with this. And this is why you sign up for this. And there's only 10, it's probably less than that now because we've had people sign up. But don't be a fool. Sign up for this thing. Be a good value investor. Sign up for it now.
we're going to sway a bit. One of our patrons requested Allstate health, Allstate insurance.
Remember, I don't do insurance.
You don't like insurance?
Remember, it's not because I don't like insurance. Banking, insurance, and energy, they are evaluated on a totally different way and utilities than other companies. Insurance and banking, it's not about assets, not about free cash flow. It's about how they invest their money and book value, things like that. So I don't even enter because I don't understand how to do it. And that's where I want you to hear, I stay within my sphere of influence, and banking and insurance is outside of my sphere of influence.
So I cut you off. Final take on Maskell Group, the home builders.
I'm avoiding it.
Avoiding.
Yeah, I mean, even if it fell in half today, I still want to understand, why are their revenues going down or basically flat during one of the best boom times in the world for home building? I just don't, that's a concern of mine.
Yeah, they're asking about your shorts, Paul. We do a little turn there and just to show off that those glorious butt cheeks. So there, and this, look at this, look at that stretch. Oh no, I don't know if we can get in the, yeah, here we go. Great. Love it, guys. Okay.
Seth.
Oh, go ahead, Mo. Go ahead, Mo.
You're
Go,
good.
I'm sorry.
All right, so this one I actually kind of like. It's coming right off the bottom. Our red line did cross over our yellow. It's heading towards that 32% sweet spot area. So throw a tracker share on. You guys are gonna have so many tracker shares if you just keep adding. Somebody in the chat yesterday was like, these tracker shares are getting expensive. Only do them on the ones that you really want to buy. Don't just start unloading thousands of dollars on tracker shares. But this might be a good one. If you get into that sweet spot area, you might be able to ride this thing up a couple dollars, but it's going to be a slow go. This company doesn't move very much on a chart.
Okay, Paul, we have so many.
I think we just hit a record, by the way. Even after our fall we had a big fall from the thing. We just hit a record of 372, I think. So let's try to get to 400 people live. If you're getting on the show, stay on. It helps our stats. But either way, yeah.
Okay, you ready?
The NASDAQ is flying.
Another patron asked for Methode Electronics. Do you want to look at Methode? The ticker symbol is MEI, Methode Electronics. I got both of you guys breathing into your microphones. That's the hardest part of the show.
I'm sorry.
MEI,
Okay.
Methode Electronics. Hit it, Paul.
$1.5 billion company. So guys, the thing I like about this is smaller companies are followed by less analysts. And most people would say that's not good. That's great. This is where you're gonna find good value. You're gonna have to be very, very patient with these though, because it could take years for people to start paying attention. But smaller companies are gonna make more money on the long run if you're a value player. So, $1.5 billion, 11.7 PE checkmark, 13.22% profit margin checkmark, and very rare for a small company, they pay a dividend. Here's the cool thing, it's only 1%, but it's also less than 20% of their free cash flow last year. 16.7 million versus 96 million in free cash flow. So far guys, I'm loving it. So far, my pants are tight.
You're loving this. Your pants are tight.
My pants are tight. My pants are tight.
Your pants are tight when you walked in here, but now they're extra girthy. Okay, pillar number 3 is revenue growth over the past 5 years.
Oh, you know, I just realized
Go on, baby.
the last company we had the COVID shutdown.
Masco Group.
Yeah. So that's probably why revenue was down in the last year. But still, it was pretty stagnant. It was still stagnant even during that. But either way. But watch for that.
Okay, Methode. Go ahead.
800 million to $1 billion. Check mark there. Not huge growth, but slow and steady wins the race sometimes the best.
Profit growth is pillar number 4.
86 to 130. Check mark there. So even though revenue's up 20%, profit's up 40%, maybe 50%, 60, I don't know, some big number. And shares outstanding are pretty much even. It's an X. They're only up 0.5%, but shares outstanding are going up.
Shares outstanding are going up. Pillar number 5 is an X. Okay, this is Methode Group, ticker symbol MEI. That's our first X, Paul. Let's go to pillar number 6 is current assets over current liabilities.
680 million versus 198. Guys, the mother of all, they have 680 million in cash and total debt of 637. That's $43 million that if you bought the company tomorrow, you could take all of its cash, pay off all its debt, and still have $43 million left over. That's pretty awesome. This is the mother of all check marks. The mother of all check marks.
Should we adjust that market cap?
It's going to go down from $1.5 billion to $1.45 billion. It's negligible. I'm not even going to worry about it.
Okay, let's look at, that's assets. That's wonderful. How about free cash flow? We got all checks except one here, Paul. Free cash flow growth over the past 5 years.
Okay, so 102 to 96. X. So their profit's up 50 or 60%. Their revenue's up 20%. Their free cash flow is down. Okay, you are ready to add these together?
Go ahead, Paul.
Did you get the first two numbers? You want them?
Go ahead. All of them, please.
102, 97, 48, 85, 96.
Divided by 5 equals 85. 85 million?
Okay.
85 million?
Yeah, so times 20 equals 1.7 billion. So it's a check mark there. But the question becomes, just like everything, is it worth 20 times free cash flow? I'm gonna say it's not. And the reason being is, it's from a 500-foot view. I do not think you should ignore this company. Go do more research, but this is a very big fluctuation in free cash flow, which is going against what the profit's done, and I don't like that. You gotta figure out where the disconnect is here, guys. Why is profit up 50% or so and free cash flow is down 5%? Why? I don't know. That's not good. That's not good. At the end of the day, free cash flow is what matters to buy back shares, pay your bills, all these things. So, yeah, I don't like that very much at all. But I'm not a no against this one. You have to understand the fight. Go read the 10K, go talk to investor relations, figure out why that is the case. You're going to look very smart when you call them and say, hey, I noticed this. Can you explain that to me? Go in there with do some research, though. They don't want to waste their time. But you never know. It's a small company. They might answer your questions, but I'm not gung-ho and I'm not anti this company. You just got to do more research, but I definitely want to add to the funnel.
If you're interested in trading, we'll look at this from a trading aspect. Let's head over to Dr. Bid and Ask. Go ahead, Mo.
Okay, so the bid and ask is 10 cents. So be careful if you're doing anything with this. But this thing just turned into a power stock. And for those of you that are new and don't know what a power stock is, you're over all 4 of your major moving averages, which is 25, 50, 100, and 200-day moving average. And you're making new 18-month highs. And this yellow line that I drew is the 18-month high. So this week, we are making new highs. So if you want to, at the peak of today's candlestick, whatever price that is their high of today, that's when you can start to add to this company if you would like. And this is what we call a power stock. So you can see that they're going right through the sweet spot, beautifully opened up, just making new highs. So if you get something today where you make another high, go for it. Tomorrow, if you make another high with a green candlestick, go for it. Just be careful of this bid and ask price. There is some kind of manipulation going on, not much, but this is a great power stock if you want to look at it. So it's funny how this differs from what Paul is doing. For me, this is a slam dunk. From a value side, it's not. We got to go and dig a little bit further. So
yeah, with the bid and ask, engulfing candlesticks, I'm very fired up. You can feel the heat from my undercarriage, Paul. I can feel it from yours as well. Final take on Methode. What the heck are we doing? Final take on this company, Paul.
Go do more research. I think it's I like their ratios overall. I just don't like the fact that that their free cash flow is not lining up with revenue and profit growth. That just bothers me.
A friend of mine is asking, with power stocks, Mo, are you looking to add and sell as it goes up, or are we shorting? What's the story?
So if you're in a power stock, the idea is that there is a lot of buying power that just keeps coming into the stock over and over. So with this one, for example, you're going along on it, and every time it makes a new high, that's when you're adding to it. And just keep letting that thing go. Let me find a power stock, and I'll show you a little bit later on the ideal situation that we're looking for.
Okay, we can keep going. Paul, I got another one for you. You ready?
By the way, I just got a message from MarketWatch. Disney Plus just hit 100 million plus subscribers. So if Disney wasn't already flying already today, that's going to help it a ton more too. A company that didn't make money last year because of massive shutdown. But what's the other company?
So Lily requested this one. It's the ticker symbol is RGR.
Ruger.
This is Sturm, Ruger and Company. It's a firearm company, Paul. I know you're into firearms.
I'm not into guns.
And
but I fully protect the people's right to have them because it's the Constitution.
Yada yada. I've heard that BS before. Okay.
So we're okay with them changing the Constitution then?
This is an 8-pillar.
Wait, Seth just said we're okay changing the Constitution.
I don't even know what you're saying. I'm trying to read 74 comments.
He wants to avoid the conversation about this, but go ahead.
During our live stream last Friday, reading all this is my job, and we had 2,700 comments come in, Don, over the course of 90 minutes. So I'm trying to keep up with.
And that was only 150 people.
Yeah, 150 people. So this one it falls under our 8-pillar, Paul. At least it did in the past year. So let's take a look at Sturm Ruger.
$1 billion, 1.15 billion market cap, PE of 17, check mark, profit margin of 13%, check mark.
Double checks, right, huh?
Yep, dividend yield 1.6%, eating about 18% of their free cash flow.
Okay, what's the market cap one more time for this?
1.15 billion.
1.15. Thanks, Paul. Okay.
Revenue is down. Not surprising. 655 million down to 505. That's an X. And guys, just in general, I think there's gonna be a lot more restrictions on guns over the next 10, 15, 20 years. That's the way we're in. Seth doesn't want to get in the conversation, whatever. But at some point when we want to fight everybody's freedom, all that stuff too. But we're gonna have this is a big drop. I'm kind of anti. Whenever the government can get involved in something to the negative, I'm always apprehensive. I just look at it going, okay, well, what's the market for this thing? And I see declining revenue, but anyhow, 83.7 million in profit, down to 67. That's an X as well. Not surprising. Revenue's down, profit's down.
Why are you not? I am surprised.
What?
I thought last year people would be at home and they'd just go do home things like buying ammunition.
I have no idea. Shares are a check. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I've heard other things, Paul. Out of sort of people from the right or the Republican side say that every 4 years, along similar lines, politically speaking, is every 4 years, people on the right will drum up this thought process that people on the left are going to take the guns, just so that stocks like these might go through the roof because everyone's going to go in preparedness of that. They'll go buy some of these guns.
Listen,
and ammunition.
that sounds like something the right would say. I have no idea. I was just commenting on this fact that when you have a group like the government that can do things like this. Now,
That's true.
I think it's going to be? Do I think they're going to have? I'm a libertarian, so I believe both sides are equally they're the same side. So I do think they're going to all end up in some sort of way that allows people to still have guns. Because at the end of the day, it's still part of the Constitution, whether you agree with it or not. There's other things in the Constitution you may not agree with. The whole point is, I just hate the whole government intervention thing. So I always get icky about companies that really rely on the government a lot, especially for a controversial issue like this. You know what I mean? This is going to be like I feel very uneasy around guns, extremely uneasy around guns. They make me uncomfortable. I literally get scared. I get worried about it. But at the end of the day, if you're comfortable with this and you know the product, great. But you have to understand why their revenue is down 30%. That's a big drop. Now I have some great news for you. Their total current assets are $212 million.
Go on.
Their liabilities are 67,
wow.
But their total liabilities are 69. So they have $150 million more. So it takes their market cap down to $1 billion. Because you remember before their market cap was $1.15 billion, but now they have a net $150 million. If you bought the company, paid off all their debt, and used the cash to pay off, they still have $150 million left over. So you're basically paying $1 billion for the company. So it decreases all your numbers by about 15%.
I missed the shares outstanding. Is it going up or down?
It's
Paul?
going down. The shares outstanding are going down.
Great. So 2 double checks there for shares and assets. A lot of people saying in the comments, Paul, that it's really ammunition, along with some guns. Ammunition has been very sought after of late. So
What do you mean sought after? To buy?
Yes, it's not around.
That makes sense.
Free cash flow growth over the past 5 years.
So here we have 75 to 103. Check mark there.
Wow.
Yeah, 2019 had a bad year. Look at that. Their operating income was only $33 million, a big drop.
Can you pull up 2020?
Well, 2020 is right here.
I'm sorry about
through
that.
September of 2020, it's $103 million. So it's good, but 19, it was weird. It dropped a lot. No idea why. But either way, they still have free cash flow. So 75, 53, 112, 18, 103.
18, that's a weird one. So the average free cash flow over the past 5 years is 72, Paul.
So you're basically paying $1 billion divided by 72 is 14 times, which is a check mark. Now, guys, the reason I like to go over long periods of time is recessions happen. They're supposed to happen every 5 or 6 years. You want to do longer periods of time and see how these companies do during recessions, so you can sit there and see like, hey, what most investors would do, they'll take the last year, which was an awesome year, and extrapolate this out forever. It's like, no, you can't do that. There are going to be cycles. When you own a company, it's not going to, like, look at our business. Last year was a record year for real estate. All of a sudden this year, we have a huge drop in our real estate revenue because of the new laws that are being enacted about evictions. Okay, but then we have other companies of ours that have skyrocketed. And we have everything money which has skyrocketed. Businesses aren't always just going like this. Okay? You're going to have, usually what it is this. So you have to be ready to take the average along the way. You don't take the value when it's at a peak. You don't take the value when it's at a trough. You sit there and look at the average over the last several years, preferably through a recession. If you don't have a recession in your analysis, go back and see how the company did during the last recession, 07, 08, 09. That's just the way to look at it. So go ahead.
Mo, what are your thoughts on trading this stock, RGR?
So I drew this bluish green line, and that's kind of the support level that it's holding at. So it is a short right now, and you can see that it's done this reversal in this sweet spot a couple of times over the last few months. Right now, we're kind of dropping below this 32% line. So if it does do that, and you get some red engulfing candlesticks that come down like this and break through this line that I drew at $61 or something, that's when you can go ahead and short this. But man, I don't know. This is another one of those ones. Let me see the. So this is like a day-to-day chart with a little more detail, and you can just see that all of this. These are all of its moving averages are in there. All of its support is in there. All of its resistance. this is just a mess. From a trading perspective, go and find another stock. There's no point of giving yourself a headache of trying to make money and forcing it when you can go out there and find so many better stocks to trade on a daily basis.
Mo, I really like when you just say, to hell with this one. This is no good, no brainer.
Yeah, I mean, how many stocks?
That's not fair. Whenever I do it, most that's like, come on, Paul, we never buy stocks.
Well, we've grown a lot, Paul. My discipline has grown.
I'm teasing completely.
And,
By the way, Mo can look at 1,000 stocks tomorrow.
That's the thing. Like I can go in there. What is it, 10,000 stocks? I'll go through all 10,000. Why give yourself the headache of this one? You know.
Yeah, I love when you say that. That and bid and ask, of course.
The bid and
What is
ask.
the bid and ask on this? Oh, 7 cents. Don't do anything right now. Wait until it's 1 or 2 cents.
You always say that. We joke, but what does that mean? It's the difference in...
So it's the difference in the ask price is what the market maker or the specialist, depending on what industry you're in, is asking for the stock, and the bid is what the buyers want to pay for it. And if there's some kind of discrepancy in there, there's not consensus, there could be manipulation going one way or the other. What will happen, say your spread is 20 cents. You'll buy it at some price 20 cents higher, and all of a sudden, that price will drop back down on you. Then everybody says, oh, I don't know why every time I buy, I lose money. Well, that's why, because you're not looking at your bid and ask price where you're getting some kind of consensus to stay at the same level as the market maker.
It's all about the bid and ask.
Paul, would you think your reluctance or hesitation with guns, would you even buy this stock or just not even worry about it?
Yeah, that doesn't bother me.
No.
My hesitation with guns is because I don't understand them. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Me neither. Okay.
I mean, I don't think they're doing anything immoral, so why would I even care? I mean...
Sure, I agree. I just, sometimes you have to some emotional love with some of these companies.
Yeah, but
really.
at the same point, like when I hear people talking about, funds that are socially aware, guys, every social stuff is a lot to do with subjectivity. I mean, these are major corporations. There's going to be a lot of stuff by a lot of people going on in these companies that, I hate to say it, but you're just not going to agree with everybody. I mean, Warren Buffett talks about the ethics of the management team. You're telling me every single company he invests in has, with 500,000 employees, has amazing ethics? It's just not possible. It's just, listen, I get it. If you want to avoid a company because you don't believe in their product, more power to you. But don't do the high horse thing of like, I would never invest in that. Not going to happen. Don't do that.
Yeah, I love that voice, Paul.
Not going to happen.
I agree.
Don't do that.
I look at Nike and Apple.
Yeah, look at Nike.
I'm wearing Nike right. I'm not going to stop buying Nike products. I'm not going to stop buying Apple products. Does it suck that all that's happening with their sweat? Yeah, but what am I going to do about it?
Right.
What am I going to do about it?
You're going to become a global activist, Mo.
I'm not going to be able to go to a movie. I'm not going to be able to wear clothes. I'm just going to be running around naked, sitting in a room by myself if I do this.
So it sounds like our weekends.
Yeah, I was going
It
to
does.
say. All right, guys. I see a lot of new names in there. I love you. Leon from Deutschland. Guten Tag, meine Freundin. Billy, I'm going to try and... Billy is requesting more. He requested that last bank at Allstate. And so, yeah, the bid and ask. All right, guys. Paul, we are going to do this next stock. Now, look, folks. This is the point of the show. We use our 8-pillar analysis as a 500-foot view screener. So I'm not going to do a deep dive on a company I've never heard of. But if you want to bring it up and we will talk about it, let's do it right now. This company is Qurate Retail Corporation out of Englewood, Colorado.
Inglewood.
Founded in 1991.
Not the same Inglewood.
Qurate.
I got Don to laugh.
Retail. I thought the same thing, Paul, but I was trying to hold it together. Qurate Retail. The ticker symbol is QRTEA. Very highly requested. This must be incredible. Paul is frothing at the mouth to get
My
after.
legs are really achy. I did a lot of lunges yesterday.
Did you now?
Okay, $5 billion company, 7.3 PE, check mark, only a 4.9% dividend. Sorry, profit margin, that's an X. No dividend, free cash from last year of almost $2 billion. So far, guys, wow. In the last year, it's 2.5 times free cash flow. Wow, okay, we gotta figure out what's going on here. This is interesting.
Interesting so far.
Income statement.
Pillar number 3 is revenue growth.
We have a check mark here, 10.3 to 13.9. Checkity check.
Profit growth is pillar number 4.
500 million to 679, check mark. But look at this, guys. It went 500 million, 1.93, 2.11, a loss of 300 million, and a gain of 679. So please watch for that and to find out a reason why that might be the case.
Pillar number 5 is shares outstanding for the buttery,
Check mark.
wonderful. You're just cutting right to check mark.
Yeah, because the number isn't right. We're still fixing the bug and all that stuff.
Patrons, we know you're loving. If you're in the Discord and you haven't been beta testing the Everything Money website, please do. Right?
Well,
Paul?
not anymore. I changed the password today.
Uh-oh.
I should be. I mean, they should have, because we're getting too many bugs. We're getting the same bugs reported over and over. It's not, everybody's reporting bugs, which is awesome, but now it's the same repeat bugs over and over. And I don't want to write back, yeah, I already know about that. I'm just like, you know what? I'm not getting any new bugs, so we're just gonna pause it for now, have my dev team fix those bugs in the next 2 or 3 weeks, and then reopen it to people.
Okay, let's get back to it. This is for Qurate stock. Current assets over current liabilities, Paul, pillar number 6.
4.37 versus 4.16, so a check mark there, barely, but it is a check mark.
Okay. And free cash flow, the granddaddy of them all.
Here's what I like, guys. I've talked about this before. Their capital expenditures is a small percentage of overall, about 25 or 30% overall of their entire free cash flow, of their cash from operations. So that's awesome. So we have 868 to 1.94 billion. That's a check mark.
Wow. Hold on a second. 1.9. Did you say 1.94?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it.
1.94, 0.868.
Got it.
1.43, 0.985, 0.687.
Paul, I did it all wrong. I'm sorry. So do it one more time, Paul, because I was doing thousands.
0.868.
Thanks.
1.43.
Thank you.
0.985, 0.687, 1.94.
1.94. The average free cash flow over the past 5 years is 1.18, Paul. 1.18.
We'll call it 1.2
Billion? Is that billion?
billion.
Good Lord.
Wait, what? That doesn't even make sense.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it does. I'm sorry, it does. Times 20
Jesus,
is $24 billion. What was the market cap?
5. That's why I'm all fouled up here. The market cap is 5.
Oh, shit. That's right. The price of free cash flow is, wow. Okay.
That's why I'm flabbergasted. I'm like,
What's the reason?
1.2 billion is the free cash flow. The market cap is 5. Those numbers didn't make sense in my head when I was writing them, and here we are. This is crazy, Paul.
All right, guys. Most times, a company is selling for a poor, low price for a reason. If you look at 100 stocks that appear like value stocks, maybe 90 of them are selling for a low price because they should be. Maybe 10 are just misunderstood, misvalued. Man, this is such a low multiple. First off, it's not an automatic buy. I hate to say it, but the second you see this mispricing, you got to do more research immediately. You got to sit there and say, okay, why is it so cheap? Because the PE was 2.5. The price of free cash flow is like 4.
This one's got me stumped too, Paul.
Well, if it's you stumped.
Imagine.
Okay, I don't know what to say besides moving on. Do more research, guys.
Do you want to? This is the lowest price to free cash flow we've ever seen on
Is it the
show.
lowest?
I mean, it's absurd. Do you want to pull up the 10K or is that too much?
It's probably too much for right now, but let me see if I can. Let me look at Seeking Alpha.
So we're looking at Qurate Retail Corporation, folks. The ticker symbol is QRTEA, Qurate Retail, out of Colorado. And we've just found that the market cap is selling for 4 times free cash, or a little bit more. So
It's up 124% in 1 year. 5 years, it's down. It's down 5 years.
It's class. There's class A and B shares, so.
In the last 10 years, it's down.
Mo, do you want to talk about this?
Yeah, sure. And I kind of want to use this. This is a good teaching opportunity. So I talk about gap. Oh, whoops. I talk about gap ups and gap downs a lot. So those are basically movement when post-market, pre-market, what have you, not during market hours. So if you see a big candlestick like this, that's movement during market hours. If you see something like this, the price dropped overnight. Maybe it was earnings, maybe it was news, something. The point is, when you get gaps like this, you're always going to fill the gap. Now, it doesn't matter how long it takes to fill the gap. This took over a month and a half to fill the gap, but you're always going to get your price moving back in that direction at some point to fill that gap. So, that's really all I want to say about this. Just know that when you see big gaps, this is something that you're going to see on Biogen a lot, big drops in price. Don't worry, that's when you want to throw your tracker share on there and just kind of wait and be patient. Eventually the gap will fill to the top side or the bottom. If you want to do something with this one, you're in the sweet spot. You can short it. This is going to be a very difficult short though, because it has very strong support stabilized right in this area. So again, this is another one. Move on. Go find another stock to do something with it.
Paul, what are you finding?
Look at this. This is their customer, 35 to 65-year-old women. I'll tell you right now, anybody who knows a woman,
This is a sweet spot for you as well.
you're right. This is my sweet spot. Above average income and household wealth. They have a lot. They get 2.5 billion impressions. The average annual purchases by existing customers, 27 items at $1,400 a year. High customer retention at nearly 90%. Man. I don't know, guys. This is interesting. I would do a lot of research. I've never heard of these guys before. I've never heard of this company. But maybe I'm not as good a shopper as most.
A lot of people are saying maybe they are owners of QVC or some other of those TV selling places. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. We're normally not as stumped as this, but this one's incredible.
Well, then this is good, guys. This is all part of the learning process when we talk about learning investing. It shouldn't be so obvious. You should have to pull some layers back. And the fact that I've never heard of this company is actually a good thing. It's a small company. Go find out, is it not being recognized because it's just a small company?
They own QVC.
Do they own QVC?
Oh,
That's
wow.
what people are saying.
Really?
Oh.
People are saying the stock's going to the moon after this. Yep, all 360 of you are going to buy this, and it'll rocket to Mars.
All right. Well, QVC, I don't know. I don't know people who watch QVC, but they're going to find other avenues in which to watch.
I don't watch it, but I bought stuff on their app before.
Have you?
Yeah, they have a good app, good pricing, good. They have a lot of good
Like
good
name
stuff
brand
on there.
stuff?
Yeah, yeah. I bought a guitar on there once actually.
Did you really?
Yeah.
How'd you find it? Like what caused you to go to QVC app and say, oh, I'm going to go to QVC
I think I
app?
searched in Google and it came up as one of the shopping, Google Shopping.
Yep.
And I think it came there and gave me the best price there.
Well, they're already, the thing I like about QVC is they're already not a brick and mortar place. They don't have to deal with the whole they can immediately pivot from TV, digital.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same thing.
I think they stream on YouTube or they stream on their own website, but they stream their show. You can watch it on mobile if you want.
What's the ticker for this thing?
QRTEA.
All right.
Yeah, Lori Grenier, that's right.
Lori Grenier's
she's big on there.
smoke.
Yep.
Okay, that is it for
Let's talk. Let's get some questions going.
Don, do you want to play? Can you open up a new scene that doesn't have your camera on it, and then drag that video in? You want to do that? Sure. Yep. What is a diamond hand stock, Mo?
So somebody sent me all of these different. What are these Wall Street Bets people? They have like chicken fingers and diamond hands and this and that. I don't know what they are. Remember somebody sent us that picture of like the eight phrases of diamond hands, chicken.
No, I don't
chicken
remember this
tenders.
at all.
Yeah, you put it in the group chat.
I did?
Yeah.
I put it in?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know what it was, but it was pretty cool. While we're doing this, I want to show you a power stock. We'll go back to that. So Texas Instruments is for sure a power stock. TXN. Give me 1 second. So remember, what a power stock is, you're making new all-time highs over all of your major moving averages. So here's our all-time high, and you can see that it just keeps making higher highs over all 4 of these major moving averages. That's a power stock. That's when you're going in and adding it every time it makes a new high. So this is Texas Instruments, for example. When we did this live stream last that we talked about Texas Instruments, right here was where we were. And I was hoping that we would get green candlesticks going up like that we would just continue making those all-time highs. Didn't happen, but now it's a short. But that's the point of what a power stock is. You're making all-time highs over all 4 of your major moving averages. And when do you add? You add when you're making those all-time highs at the top of the candlestick.
Mo, you really know your stuff over there.
Thank you.
I mean, I thought you were just all full of bid and ask and BS, but no, you really know your stuff. Poe. Hey, Poe. Paul, people are asking about the NASDAQ. What? I get confused. What is that again? Like what?
It's a very tech-heavy sector of index.
And
it's up, oh my God, it's up 4% today so far.
And pharma.
And pharma.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't you consider bio? Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
I always consider that part of it. But Look at this. This is incredible.
Do you want
Tesla's up 19% today.
Should have bought, Paul.
Yeah, let me get right on that.
Do you want to take a short break and show this 1 minute video, Paul?
Oh, you're going to do it?
We're not going to do that. We're going to do the blooper video.
Oh, do it.
The behind the scenes. Well, let me preface this a bit. I do want to get to Qualcomm after this. QCOM, if you boys want to look that up. Qualcomm will do next. But right now, we're going to take a...
Are we done? I mean, let's just do... it's 2:07.
Let me preface this a bit.
It's 2:07. So let's just do like question and answer.
Oh, Q&A?
Yeah,
Well, then,
after the video.
We can... Oh, after the video?
Yeah.
Okay. Don, if you want to create a new scene and drag that video and drop it on, it should rock out, I hope. Okay. Here we go, guys. This is behind the scenes for the Tesla promo video.
Hold on 1 second.
Hey guys, it's Seth with Everything Money. Today's the big day. We're doing the Tesla promo shoot. John Feasting, our patron, is here, and he's gonna shoot it for us. So yeah, we're getting the cars ready. Paul is on his way. That little crybaby. We gotta make sure the whole set is ready for his crybaby ass. So we'll see you guys. We'll update you soon. See you guys. We're here. Talent has arrived. We're getting ready. It's a video.
Oh.
We welcome you in. We'll keep you updated for the amazing shoot. Paul, what do you think?
I like it. This is going to be sweet.
Let's get after it. Yes. Okay. Well, listen, we're going to do this like 10 times. So, hey, everybody, it's Seth and Paul with Everything Money. Other YouTubers give away. I can't even. Ready, G? Come on. Hey, everybody, it's Seth and Paul with Everything Money. Some YouTubers give away. All right, you ready? I'm recording. Okay, you ready? This stunning 1998 Pontiac Dodge Stratus. You get access to our amazing Discord. Damn it! Fuck.
I'm going to take it off. Don't worry.
So where can you put this?
It's so cold. Keep the door closed. What are you doing?
Okay guys, we just wrapped up the shoot. We can't wait to show it to you guys. We thank you again for being Patreon members, and you guys have a great chance to win one of these cars. So good luck. Hopefully one of you is driving this soon. See you guys.
See ya.
Back.
Paul's cold, yeah.
We're back.
I was very cold.
So that was it. That was the that is the behind the scenes. That video will go out when, Don? What do you think?
Friday at the latest.
Okay, Friday is when it drops, the Tesla promo. You as a patron, you are automatically entered to win the car. If you're in the States and you win the car, there's some restrictions, obviously, with legal, but if you win the car and you want to fly all the way out here to Cleveland, we'll go pick out that darn Tesla with you. It'd be incredible, make a whole show out of it. So, yeah, and that was my son in the video. So, all right, we're ready.
The Patreon is going to run out here, guys, in an hour or two. I mean, whenever we have a live stream, people watch it later, they end up signing up. The value is immense. So get this thing. It's actually $15 now, and it's gonna go higher today. Once this thing fills up, I think there's only 5 or 6 spots left. We're building this thing. This is the focus of this channel, is building the software, making sure the Discord is huge, making sure everybody has a community to talk to, because all these other investment communities, people aren't learning the same way. We're trying to teach the same way, multiple ways to make money. One thing I love about the Discord, Don created sector chats. So if you want to talk about biofarm, go into the biofarm chat. You want to talk about retail, go to the retail chat. you get to meet people in your own section, as well as go talk to others in every single, to talk about different companies in different sectors. It's awesome, it's the best. Literally $15 a month. If you have a portfolio of over 10,000 bucks, it's a no-brainer. If you have less than 10,000, it's the best way to learn so that when you do have $10,000 or more, you're gonna be able to invest it very well. Trust me on this one, this is awesome. Everybody tells me I'm so passionate about the selling of it because it's not even selling to me. Like literally I think to myself, why would you not pay $50 a month for this or $100 a month for this? It's literally the best money you're ever gonna spend on software. Look at our competition, $200 a month, $200 a month, $35 a month, and they don't have anywhere close to everything we're gonna have. And I guarantee this is gonna grow to even more stuff. And you're gonna get it all along the way. There might be a couple things, but yeah, it's awesome. I can't believe you're not doing it yet.
If you're interested in trading, day trading, momentum trading, you can join Trader Mo's tier, which is our middle tier, and you can also join him every day at 9 a.m. for his Mo, what turned into an hour-long talk yesterday. You were on fire.
Yeah, the opening bell happened, and I was just like, well, I don't have anything else to do, so let's keep talking.
Yeah, there's so much in store, folks, for this channel. Obviously, the Tesla giveaway is completely absurd in comparison to other YouTubers, and I'm talking big YouTubers. I mean, we came up with some ideas about giveaways. I mentioned this before, but my son said that this Mr. Beast guy who's got 50 million subscribers, for his first million, when he hit a million, he gave away $10,000. We're giving away two $38,000 Teslas when we hit 50,000 and 100,000 respectively. So it's completely absurd. And yeah, so the hilarious promo video will be coming out this week, and we're very proud. We would obviously really love if you guys could share the message out there. From what I've gathered from our patrons, a lot of individual text messages, Discord messages, and LinkedIn hookups is that people are really thinking differently about their finances. And this is what Paul's done for me in my life. I was you. I was buying Apple and Tesla. My mother to this day still says, just buy stocks you really are big fans of, because that always works. And over the past couple of years, it has looked like that worked. The Amazons, the Apples, the Teslas. But if you feel alone in your journey and you want to get on board with a like-minded group of people who are not digging all this hype stocks and BS, you can join our Patreon, join our community, and get access to myself, Trader Mo, and Paul. Paul, what are you thinking about over there?
I was thinking about, I don't remember what it was, but I was thinking about. I obsess over the software. I really obsess over the software, and it's because I want to make it even better. News feeds. I want it to be your one-stop shop for, like, everybody goes to MarketWatch now for data. No, I wanted to make it your one-stop shop for everything having to do with money.
Yeah, people are asking, will the website you're envisioning our website to be something like MarketWatch, right, Paul? I mean, tickers, articles, daily videos. I mean, it's going to be a whole thing, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
People are asking if there's going to be news. Yeah, it's incredible. Okay, guys. Mo, what are you thinking over there?
Yeah, our website's going to be awesome. What I kind of think is that we're going to do shows like my morning show, which I love. I absolutely love doing it. And instead of me clicking around on MarketWatch and this website, that way, we'll just have it all on everythingmoney.com. We want to bring all of those news things, everything into one. I don't have to go to any other website for finance except for our website.
Can you post Steve's question?
Yeah, I saw that. Go ahead, Don. Steve says, I know you've praised the little book that beats the market, but I know you don't follow the formula. Now, that has crossed my mind, Paul, but you're different from us. Is that because you believe you can do better, or just find it dull and boring?
First off, my ex-girlfriend's in the little book that beats the market. Seth's in the little book that beats the market. I got him that book for a specific reason. I'm trying to convince another friend of mine to do a portion of his money in the little book that beats the market. I get enjoyment from analyzing companies. Do I think I can beat the little book that beats the market? The numbers they report in there, I don't think I can. But I like it as, it's kind of like, it's a very, very good question. One of which is I've actually thought about doing the little book that beats the market and only putting a portion of my money towards my own picks.
Yeah. Paul, you came to me, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and you were like, Mo, I think I'm rethinking this. And I was like, well, I disagreed. But the point is that he has definitely thought about, we invest the same way our families, going into that little book that beats the market instead of our back test.
And you don't want to do that?
Resembles it. I love our back test.
Oh, no. By the way, when I say magic formula, I mean our back test versus magic formula. Our back test does very well too.
Yeah.
But I still want to do individual picks. But now with my individual picks, the reason I like our magic formula is I can increase my threshold for my stock picks. So the thing you guys have to remember is when we talk in the future, and somebody says to me, Paul, what's your price for X Corp. I'll say, hey, I think it's worth 50. I'm buying it at 20. And you guys might be like, dang, because I need to make that big number. So I can be a lot more cautious about it. We have our own magic formula. We're not going to disclose it. That is something that you'll be able to see the things we buy in it, but you'll be able to see everything we buy in it, but not the ratios of which we buy it. The reason I wanted to do that is for legal reasons. I don't want somebody coming to me in the future and saying, you told me to buy this, and I did, and I lost money. Because our methods, our magic formula, hasn't beaten the market in 5 years. But we're okay with that.
People are asking about that. What's your rate of return over the year to year? And
So until 3 years ago, I was beating the market very handily since 2002. Since I've been out of the market for this big gain, I've lagged the market. But that's what's sitting on almost 60% of our net worth in cash making nothing. So I'm very proud of my returns, and I do believe that over long periods of time after tax, I expect to make 12 to 15% after tax.
Joseph is saying, would you recommend adding any additional screeners to the magic formula?
No, I'm a big believer in guys. The other reason about the magic formula is Seth already deviated from the magic formula. And I don't believe in that. He called me and goes, Paul, EBIX had fraud. I assume sell. I'm like, yeah, don't. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't sell. But he did sell. What's EBIX at now?
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the moment. It's way down. It's at 29. And
so it's higher than it was.
Yeah.
You sold at 35. It went down to 24. And now it's at 29. Mm-hmm. I believe in sticking to a process and seeing it all the way through. And 99.9% of you cannot do that. That's the other reason I don't want to disclose my back test. Mo can, because I would sit there and beat him, because he's learned from me that I literally look at things and go, I'm the guy who sits at the poker table, and when the dealer's showing 7 and I have 16, I'm hitting every time I don't even be at the poker table. Just take the money. I just go there for fun. Same thing here. I like doing research and coming up with ideas, and I want to find companies that there will be a time in the future where I think the future potential of stocks will be 15, 20% a year.
Yeah, Steve was saying he thought about applying the 8 pillars to the magic formula stocks and picking the best ones. It's interesting. I mean, everyone has done well this past year with the market, but in terms of my portfolio, it's done almost double, right, Paul? I mean, it's almost double. It's I think.
Listen, my ex-girlfriend is in it, and she's up 15% as of today, year to date. The market's up like 3 or 4 or 5%. She's up 15. Now, again, I'm not going to take credit for that. I'm putting her in the magic formula because I believe in it. I believe in I believe in back testing working as long as you're not trying to make the back test work. As long as you're picking things that make sense. We focus on metrics that make sense fundamentally. If you look at history and anything long-term based on fundamentals, it always beats the market. The hard part is you might lag the market. If this is the market over long periods of time, you'll go like this, go like this, go like this, and you got to be okay. And guess what? In the last 4 years, I've made zero money in the last 4 years in stocks. Do you think I'm okay making 17% when the market's up 30%? Of course I am. I'm absolutely fine with it because I still made 17%. I look at 5-10 year outlook through a full bull and bear cycle. How have I done? And I fully believe that all of my metrics will work. The hard part is sticking with it. Because when your neighbor's making 30% and you're making, whenever my friends go, oh, well, I'm up X percent, good for you. Doesn't faze me one bit. Good for you. I'm okay matching the market because my picks will be less risky and have less volatility. So if I match the market and have less risk and volatility, I'm happy.
Yeah, I use, when I did Magic Formula, I did the bottom market cap of 500 million. And so that got me into my 30 companies, which, like I said, I think the market overall is around a 24% return in the past year. And I'm at 47 or 48 using the little book that beats the market. So in terms of real estate, do you prefer, we're switching. Joseph, sorry about that. Someone said, do you apply your real estate returns into that general return?
No, I'm talking about this. I'm not talking about this as stocks alone. Real estate would be unfair because our real estate returns are insane. But I'm looking at stocks alone. If I include our real estate returns, it's probably there because our real estate just returns insane money, like as an ROI. But just stocks alone, in the last 3 years, I lost the market. Maybe it's even less, maybe it's like 2.5 years. But the bottom line is, I'm not worried about it because when the market falls, I'm gonna be so far ahead. If the market goes to where I think it's gonna go, I'm gonna be 20 or 30% ahead, maybe even more. An annualized rate of 3 or 4% a year. I'm okay.
Hey, Bitler, yeah, we do rebalance the everything money. Listen to me, the Magic Formula stocks, the little book, we do rebuy every year, so we will rebalance every year. Paul, in terms of market caps, all these trendy terms and all these numbers. Are you concerned about mentioning your ex-girlfriend so often when you now have your new gorgeous Mexican girlfriend? I mean, how is that dichotomy going for you?
Well, my ex-girlfriend is very good friends with myself. She loves Mo. Mo loves her. Seth.
Yes.
She's just I'm very ingrained in her life, and she's very ingrained in my life, and it's very important to me. And like her son and I first off, her daughter works upstairs, and her one son and I are like
homies.
Yeah, brothers. He just moved to Dallas, and I intend on visiting him in Dallas every 2 or 3 months, and he's going to visit home. So I consider him like a brother of mine. So it doesn't bother me. I mean, if it bothers somebody else, bother somebody else. I told her off the dribble. First day I met her, I'm like, just to let you know, my ex and I are like this, and we always will be. She was like, oh.
How nice. She's coming to town this weekend?
This weekend she comes to town.
Oh boy, we're going to
Thursday.
dinner.
We're going to dinner. I invited Mo, and he said no.
Oh, you did. The old fifth wheel.
Yeah.
How nice.
You're going to a nice place. I don't need to come.
Is it a nice place?
Yeah.
Long shot. It's so funny. Okay. Someone said, could you please make a show about spin-offs? I don't even know what that is, but sure.
Oh, yeah, when companies spin off, watch out, no woman can resist the beard.
Mason
that is
wants
true.
to
Spin-offs are when a company has like a division that they think is being underappreciated in their stock price, so they spin it off to get the stock, to get that separate value out of it. It's a good idea.
Yeah. These comments are hilarious. They're asking about...
Billy, she's from Mexico.
Will she be on the show this week? I mean, will we get her on the show to discuss marketing?
What time she land? Thursday.
I don't remember, 5 maybe, 6?
Oh, she won't be on the show.
Llewellyn, one of our day one OGs, says there's 3 spots left in the 8-pillar thrillers category. So if you're thinking
spots,
about
that's it?
if you're thinking about it, it's going up tomorrow.
No, it's going up today.
It's going up today.
The second those 3 spots are gone, it goes up.
Oh yeah, baby. All right. Now I got Don breathing in. No, that's not you, Don. Sorry, I love you.
It's me again.
Okay, great, guys. Okay, so here we are, folks. That is our show today. Wouldn't you agree, Paul?
Yeah, that's our show.
Join us. When's the AT&T update coming? Don, will you talk about when AT&T is coming out? Oh, tomorrow.
I'll do that one tomorrow.
Okay, so big news this week. We're gonna do AT&T. We're gonna have the Tesla promo video come out. And it's an exciting time for us. We're very excited for all of you out there to join us in this beautiful community that we've put together. Unbelievably, Paul. I mean, it's just been an unbelievable ride for us so far. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, it's been awesome. And I just see this. I mean, I want 50,000, 100,000 users on the software and the community being built. And it's going to be absolutely incredible. And the software is going to be awesome. And yeah, this is my goal. I told Tim yesterday, I was just like, when I was in high school, I wanted a software business. And finally, it's happening. We have Dynasty Owner, DynastyOwner.com, Fantasy Sports, and we have Everything Money, and this is gonna be awesome. And we're gonna add so much more economic data and all that stuff to this. It's gonna be a constantly changing software to the better.
You know, Paul, last thing, you and I were talking the last couple days. Maybe I'll open up a whole can of worms here, but in general, we talked about what other channels have been promoting of late and how you and I and Mo, we get really excited when the market's down.
Yes, we do.
Why will this show get more exciting when everything corrects and tanks and everyone's all worried?
Because when everybody's worried, they want to go to some place that's going to tell them it's going to be okay. And we're going to be that place. And when you go to the other hype channels that said hype, 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 and all of a sudden they have no reason why it went up, they're going to have no reason to explain why it went down. All they're going to say is, great value, just keep buying. It makes no sense. I can tell you why you keep buying. I can tell you why you stop buying. With us, it's just going to be, guys, everything will be okay. We've been through so many booms and busts in this country in the last 300 years. This will be 200 years. This will be fine. 250 years, whatever the number is. This is an incredible. Yeah, this is going to be a lot bigger in the future.
Yeah. So okay. And if you don't want the Tesla, or if you're not in a country that can get the Tesla, you can take a cash payout. People
$38,000.
$38,000. That's crazy, Paul. All right, guys. A Bitler's asking, I wonder what Stock Mo's portfolio looks like. Dear God. Yeah, I know.
Oh, he's down a lot, I'm sure.
Oh, today he's crushing it, though, and he's probably posting videos like no one's business.
Yeah, he's an expert.
Listen, more power to them. All I'm asking you guys to do is understand a process. Every single person who's successful in this world will agree that process is what matters. A good process leads to good results. There'll be results that fluctuate up and down, but a good process leads to good results. Every professional athlete, every successful business person, everybody who has a good process yields good results. That's the thing about the magic formula. That's the thing about our formula. That's the thing about value investing. If you have the right process, in the long run, it'll work. If you need the short-term satisfaction of seeing your stocks go up, then maybe momentum trading is the way to go, or trading with Mo on the charts. But if you're okay being patient for 5-10 years, then value investing. Luckily, I can do all three, and I enjoy all three. I'm sorry, I enjoy momentum and value, and charts is all up on Mo's alley.
So the app is not out yet. I mean, the website is beta testing, and if you join the Discord channel, once you're a patron, you'll get not access to it anymore, Paul, right? We'll reopen it up before it comes out, I assume.
Correct. It'll be, so right now we're gonna do a bunch of bugs. April 1st, I'm gonna bring it out to the patrons again to go break it again, report more bugs, and April 15th, it'll start. But guess what? There'll always be bugs, and we're gonna have a process for reporting those bugs. I think there's like things like you can have things on the side that pop out, and you just report the bug and say, here's what I found.
Yep. All right, guys, we appreciate your following.
I think we're full on the, are we full now?
No,
We're not full?
the last refresh I did. I'll take care of that.
Hey Seth, I think since February, I think in my channel,
One remaining spot.
people we've made over $20,000 as a group just trading stocks since February.
Are you
I was
serious?
putting it together yesterday. Just
20,000?
Yeah, I mean, there's people like just on AMCX yesterday alone, we made $7 grand as a group. So just come in there and learn how to trade. You don't have to. And that AMCX thing, it was not a day trade, guys. It was a long-term trade. It just ended early, so it's great.
All right, guys. Yes, if we could tickle that thumbs up on the way out, we'd certainly appreciate it. Mason's correct. Before we leave, Paul, we could just talk all damn day. How is merch coming? What can we talk about? Because we need
Merch will be addressed at 50,000 subscribers. We have a long list of 70 or more items with merch. We're gonna do drops. We're not gonna do like, hey, here's ongoing. We're gonna sit there and say, hey, we ordered 300 of these shirts. The first 300 people get them. We ordered 100 of these Yetis. The first 100 get them. One spot remaining, guys, in the last level, $15, one spot.
Sure enough, we talked about QVC today, and here's Paul
I have to.
pushing that last online. Okay, guys, thank you so much for the great turnout today. We'll see you all on Discord. We'll see you this coming Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern for our usual live stream. And 21 videos a week. We're totally slaying it, and we appreciate your support. Tickle the thumbs up.
We're meeting. We're not going to say who it is. We were meeting with a YouTuber on tomorrow for lunch.
Yeah.
The person's got way higher than us YouTube followers. He does one video every 8 or 10 days. One video. We do 21 every week. We do 84 in a month.
Bonkers.
That's 1,000 videos a year that we are doing.
It's bonkers.
I don't say it I just sit there and say, we love doing this. We're here for the long run. Like, this is us. This is going to be it forever. I mean, we're going to be doing these videos.
It's gone now. What are we going to name the next tier? Someone was asking for the Geos tier, which probably wouldn't make sense because he's a child, but
It's still going to be the Apilla Thrillas. I'm filling up that group to a certain level, and then once that changes, I'll make a new name.
Paul, talk about why we're filling up smaller groups.
It's just, we want to...
Meaning we want a small community of people.
We want your individual chat to be smaller, 200 to 300 people. And that's just the way I like doing smaller groups. And that way we wouldn't want 5,000 people in the same group.
Yeah.
We want you to talk amongst all the patrons within each individual sector. But that was funny, Joseph.
Yeah.
You guys are hilarious.
Either way, so it's going great, guys. I've been nothing but very excited since we opened this in November. It's going great. Software's gonna be even better over time.
Thanks, guys. That's our show. What else can we say? We love you. We thanks for the support. Tickle the thumbs up on the way out. See you guys. See you on Thursday.
guys.
Love you guys.